You're tuned in to the Sci-Fi Horror and Fantasy Show podcast. And now, here's your host, Ron Donahue.
Good evening, and welcome to the Sci-Fi Horror and Fantasy Show podcast. I'm your host, Ronald Donahue, and tonight I'm joined by my co-host, Miss Gigi Garcia.
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
Mr. Mario Lazo.
Hey, good evening, y'all.
And tonight, our birthday boy, Mr. Jeff McIntosh.
Oh,
Good
happy
afternoon.
birthday.
Thank you. I take all checks, debit cards, gift cards, anything of any monetary value, just forward it to Ron and he will send it up to me.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Unless
Gold,
it's cash.
bullion, anything,
Unless it's cash, I do take a percentage for cash, Jeff.
Well, yeah, but no, it's no more than 5% like we agreed.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
Yeah,
So
okay.
this is our first week back from Christmas. How was everybody's Christmas? Did Santa Claus bring everybody what you were looking for?
It was great. It was great. I had to go back to work, though.
What about you, Gigi?
Oh, fantastic. I ate a lot of good food. Best part about Christmas.
Okay. And Jeff, how was yours?
Well, my wife's been having a lot of medical issues, and she ended up back in the ER, and then back hospitalized. So I've had better Christmases. It's not much fun getting old.
Understood. And we wish her the very best, Jeff.
Well, thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Well, let's start off tonight with our first story that IGN is reporting that Matt Reeves is stating that the release of the Batman 2 movie has been delayed from October of 2026 to October 1st of 2027. So now on the social media platform, the Threads platform, I guess it was one of the users was worried about the delay. And James Gunn came on and gave this response. He said, to be fair, a 5-year gap or more is fairly common in sequels. 7 years between Alien and Aliens, 14 years between The Incredibles, 7 years between the first 2 Terminators, 13 years between Avatars, 36 years between Top Guns, and of course 6 years between Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and Volume 3. So what are you all thinking about this delay? Are you worried? Do you think that, there's something going on, something wrong, or it's just par for the course like James Gunn is stating?
I don't know. I think he's acting like it's a classic, and I personally don't like that Batman movie personally. It's too gritty for me.
So you say you didn't like Pattinson's Batman?
No, I just feel like Pattinson was like too two-dimensional in a sense that like you have Batman's like persona, like he's like a philanthropist, playboy. I didn't see any of that in that movie.
Right.
But okay. I don't know. I'm personally not excited for it.
Okay. What about you, Mario?
I enjoyed the first one, even though I liked Christian Bale. Uh-huh. But why I liked this one, and they could have selected another character that wouldn't have made a difference to me. I liked the darker aesthetics of it. It was grittier. It's kind of like, and I think we discussed this before, like the Penguin show.
Right.
Where it's dark and it's not as glitzy as, even though The Dark Knight with Christian wasn't, cartoonish.
Right.
But this one, I liked it because it was darker, seedier. Even the Batmobile, wasn't your stereotypical, Batmobile that Christian used. So in that sense, I liked it. Now, am I going to lose any sleep if it comes out, this year or next year? Not really. I mean, when it comes out, it comes out. But I enjoyed it. I'll probably go see it. And I know I'll probably see the second one since, dang it, I had to renew my, A+ account with
Oh.
AMC.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll see it. I mean, like I said, I like the one from, was it last year? And I'll be entertained with this one when it comes out.
What
Now,
about you?
like I always say, I never hold, hold my breath on them. I just hope that they come out good.
What are you thinking about the delay, Jeff?
Well, I've been watching Batman since Adam West.
Yeah.
That tells me a lot about your age.
Listen, there's a great song on YouTube, and it's called Batman Adam West, and you should really listen to it. But, that's beside the point. Well, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I saw the version of the Batman. Was he the best Batman? Obviously not. I thought one of the things, oddly enough, that people are going to say that, wow, he's entirely too superficial. Batman's hair was just Bruce Wayne's hair was just too long. He was constantly brushing it out of his, come on, he's Batman. He can't have long hair. It was okay. My favorite Batman so far has been Michael Keaton. The second Batman, I think it was Batman Returns, has got to be the absolute best Batman. If you go and you play that on your computer and you turn the sound up real loud for the Bat theme, oh my God, that is just wonderful. Not that I ever would do such a thing.
I didn't like Matt Reeves' Batman the first time that I watched it. It took me to say, you know what? Let me watch this one more time. And then actually when I watched it the second time, okay. Again, he's like you're saying, he's not my favorite Batman out of, all the different people who, played the character. But I liked it. There were something. Now, as far as the grittiness goes, I did like that. That reminded me more of how the Batman in the comics are, because there's a difference between the Batmans from the comic book series and the Batmans that most of the time what we see on a big screen. That grittiness that we saw on the screen for that really mimicked a lot of what we see in the comics. Another thing, too, that I did appreciate as well, this wasn't just a slugfest. Batman wasn't just beating people down like, he does that. But I'm saying it was more than that. And even Matt Reeves had even said it before the movie came out that Batman is known as like the world's greatest detective. So it was going to be more of like him using his detective skills. Yeah, he can fight like nobody else, but it was more of a mystery that he was trying to solve what was going on. So as far as the delay is concerned, I think the consensus is pretty much even across the board here. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. To be honest, I'm actually looking more forward more for the Batman that James Gunn is going to bring to his DC universe. We haven't seen that yet. So that's really what I would say I'm more excited for. Hey, when the next Batman movie comes out, Matt Reeves' Batman movie comes out, yeah, of course, I'll check it out for sure, no doubt. But I'm really much more looking forward to seeing what James Gunn is planning on doing with the character. All right, well, with that, let's move on. Variety magazine has reported that there is a new person added on to the cast of the up-and-coming Masters of the Universe movie. They have signed on Jared Leto to play Skeletor, the lead villain in the Masters of the Universe He-Man storyline. The director, Travis Knight, has also cast Sam Wilson, that's the actor from House of the Dragon, as the evil character Trapjaw. He's hired Kojo Attah from The Beekeeper is going to play Tri-Klops, and then Hafthor Bjornsson from Game of Thrones has been signed on to play Goatman. So it looks like they've got pretty much all of their bad guys. I haven't heard them say if they've gotten anybody yet to play evil in, but what do you all think about this? Is this a good decision, do you think, to cast Jared Leto in that lead villain role?
Well,
he's not.
Oh, sorry. You can go.
Go ahead, G.
Listen, Jared Leto already played Joker. I don't think he can play this. He's not a good villain. Have you seen Mobius too? Like, he's just not a good actor.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I mean, I have never seen him in any role that was really impressive. I saw Morbius. I saw him he was in the second Blade Runner movie. He's been in the second Tron movie. I mean, none of his roles I've ever seen him play, I can say, oh my gosh, man, he did a great job. I mean, maybe I'm not just seeing the movies that he's done that are really great or whatnot. But I mean, I haven't really seen anything.
He's a better musician, to be honest.
Though they're jumping off stages and all that crazy stuff. I've seen that. What do you think, Mario? Do you think they made a good decision of signing him on as Skeletor?
Like I said, I haven't said. I enjoy his acting, but I don't know if he'll fit that role. Mm. That's the only issue that I have in regards to it. You know, I give him credit. I give credit what credit is due. But will he be able to fulfill that role? I don't know. And as along to the Skeletor series, I think Jeff and I would, and I believe before there was Skeletor, there was Herculoids. Am I right, Jeff?
Oh yeah, back in the 60s, late 60s, early 70s. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think they mimic the Herculoids.
So let me ask you a question, Mario. You said that you liked some of the stuff he's been. What have you seen that he's been in that you thought he did good?
The Joker.
Ooh. You liked his portrayal of Joker in
that
movie?
Mario?
Do you like that too?
No.
Oh.
I think he was the man, other than Jim Carrey ruining the Riddler in that horrible Batman movie back years ago. I think his portrayal of the Joker was the worst I have seen anybody play.
Agreed. And I can't get over his laugh too.
It was like, oh my God, that guy.
That's why I liked it, because it was so obnoxious.
Oh my gosh.
I liked it because it was obnoxious. I mean, like I said, I give credit where credit is due. I think his intent was to, look bad, and he accomplished it. And I said, you know what? I like this guy. Some actors play so poorly a role. And I said, you know what? I'm trying to think of another actor that does, God. And I said, well, why not? Let's give him a shot. God, I can't think of now one.
I mean, yeah. Okay. So I'll give credit where credit is due. Even though I think he was horrible as the Joker, he definitely put his own spin on a character. I'll give him. He did put his own spin on a character. We might not have, liked it, but Mario liked it. But I'm saying he put his own spin. And I think that, honestly, that's what he's going to have to do for the Masters of the Universe movie. He's going to have to make Skeletor his own. He's going to have to make that character who he's going to be on a big screen. I don't think the director's like, well, be this and be this. I'm with all these heavy, big name people that they're getting for this movie. I don't think that this is going to be like a jokey, tongue in cheek, like takeoff of the movie. I think it's going to be, we're going to go back to almost like that sword and sorcerer fantasy genre movie we haven't seen in quite a while, but I think that's what they're going for. What do you think, Jeff? Do you think that was a good decision to have Jared Leto play Skeletor?
Well, there's no doubt that he's got a lot of acting chops. I mean, he won the Academy Award in 2014 for Dallas Buyers Club, which I have to say I have not seen. It's not my kind of movie. And I'm going to stick with Gigi, where I'm going to say, I haven't seen anything that made me say, you know what? He's going to be playing Popeye, and it's going to be one of those things I just got to see, because he hasn't done anything that I'm just going to say, wow, I really want to see that.
Right.
I'm going to say, hey, you know what? He's going to be Skeletor, or he's going to be Mobius, or he's going to be this one or that one, and I'm just going to go, well, I wouldn't break open my piggy bank to get movie money on his casting alone. I'll put it that way.
Okay. Well,
Now,
go ahead, Mario.
Let me say this. I don't expect him, and let's face it, Joaquin Phoenix did a great job as the Joker. He completely immersed himself in the role. How much weight did he lose? An ungodly amount. So I'm expecting something different, in the Skeletor aspect of him. I don't think anybody will be able to, accomplish what Joaquin Phoenix did in that Joker role in any movie that'll come from now, till another 10 or 15 years, because he immersed himself. I'm giving credit to Joaquin Phoenix and what he did. So, but let's give the man a chance. Maybe he'll be obnoxious, or maybe he'll encompass the role like he wants to do it. I don't know. Like I said, movies for me now in the last couple of years, I watch them with a grin, hoping that they'll be good.
Right.
But, I expect something bad. So if it comes out good, hey, I'm not disappointed.
I think the problem, Mario, for you is you're not used to sound in the movies. I mean, you're used to, the old silence.
Oh, man.
CGI. With CGI, let's add that.
Man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, okay. Oh, man. Oh.
All right.
That was rough.
Well, yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly, Mario. I mean, let's give the guy a chance. I mean, obviously enough the Travis Knight saw something in him that he feels that he can fulfill the role. So, like you say, we just have to wait and see. And like you say, the guy does, as Jeff said, the guy has acting chops. I haven't really seen anything to me I found outstanding, but obviously enough Travis Knight does. So we will see. Let's move on to the last part of our show. We saved this just for you, Gigi. We couldn't do this until you came back. So the question of the week is, if you were given the ability to have one superpower, being either invisibility, super strength, flight, teleportation, or genius like Batman or Lex Luthor IQ, which one would you choose and why?
Oof. Okay, guys. I'm gonna have to say teleportation.
Okay, why?
Because commuting to work sucks. I would love to just shadow step teleport to work or any other place. I hate driving. Miami traffic sucks.
Okay. All right. So hold on. Let's pull it in a bit. What about as opposed to teleporting as far as you want? Let's say it's kind of like who's that? The guy from Nightcrawler from the X-Men. Let's say you can't go an infinite distance. Let's say you can only teleport half a football field's distance.
Then I'll keep teleporting until I can't.
Okay. So we have We have Gigi for teleport. It's funny. I'm gonna make my comment in a minute. Okay, Mario, you're up. No, you're up next, Mario. Which would you do? Invisibility, super strength, flight, teleportation, or
I don't need any of that. I need invisibility, and I will wreak havoc. Wreak havoc. A havoc you've never seen in your life. Oh man, will I have a field day? Oh, and, number one, folks won't be able to go to sleep. They won't know if I'm in their place or not. Yeah. So if I'm a villain, watch out. I don't know.
That's what I was just going to say. I said, Mario, you're going to be like a mega villain now if you become invisible.
Mario's a menace in person, like just a normal human. Imagine him with invisibility. I can't even.
Oh man, I could just my mind is wait. Let me control my thoughts. Oh man. Oh man, I would have a field day, Now, I'm a villain, right? So who would be my enemy? I guess a superhero. Because the first thing I'd do is had Superman's cape and his attire. I'd start taking away everybody's stuff, everybody's shoes. I mean, that's it. I'm telling you, I'd be hell on earth. But I'd be a nice guy. I'd be a nice guy.
If this Mario was still Superman's boots and put them on eBay. Okay. So now, Jeff, what would you select between invisibility, super strength, flight, teleportation, or genius IQ?
Well, I already have a genius level IQ.
Okay.
And since Gigi wants to throw shade on me by saying, well, that tells me something about how old you are. When in my younger years, and Gigi, just so you know, I'm 68.
Okay.
But I always liked the Shadow's power of invisibility. Now, I don't want his power of invisibility because if you think about it, all he could do was cloud minds.
Right.
So, like, if I were to walk into a bank and rob a bank, I'd still be on the cameras.
Right.
So, I want the true invisibility. I want Harry Potter's invisible cape. I want to be like Mario, where I can go and do things and eavesdrop, and people are saying, who's that? Who's that? And nobody could see me. But I want true invisibility. Like I am a latter day Invisible Man and H.G. Wells' Invisible Man, except I'm completely sane.
Okay.
So
the one thing I noticed about you guys, which is so funny, not one of you said, you know what? I'm going to use my power to save humanity. I'm going to try to fix this. You guys are terrible, man. This is
you've got enough people in this world already doing that. Let's wreak havoc. I don't know about
Let's wreak havoc. Okay, so for me, this wasn't a hard one. This is one I've in many different conversations. I've had similar conversations when you bring this up. For me, it would be flight. I would want to be able to fly. I don't know if I want to have like wings, like what you call like Hawkman or anything like that. Maybe just be able to fly like Superman is kind of cool. I think that I wouldn't be able to like do all the stuff like him because I'm not invincible and bulletproof. But maybe if I heard something like on a police radio, like somebody's somewhere needs help, maybe I could like fly there and help them or something like that. Once in a while, not all the time, but maybe I could use it, And then I also agree on the selfish side. I agree with Gigi. Man, it would be so much easier getting to work. You know what I mean? You could just like fly. I'd be looking at people in traffic just flying to work. So I think it has its perks. I would use part of it for helping humanity, and then the other part I would be able to get to work on time.
Did you say work?
Yeah.
I mean, you could be like the guy who flies through a hurricane. You have a hurricane to see. You'd have jobs everywhere. You won't have to worry about going to JSD.
What job am I going to get? Who's going to hire somebody who flies?
The U.S. government.
All right. So then I got to do. So then we're talking about Marvel Civil War. Now they're going to be telling me what to do and what not to do, and I'll pass.
Listen, Ron, you're married. You already have somebody telling you what to do.
Yeah, right. I got too many bosses. I got one at work and I got one at home. So it's like, no, I don't need one more now. The government telling me.
You can fly banners on your leg. Shop at Max Truck and Tire. Stuff like that.
Trump, 2024.
I don't know. There's a lot you can do flying. Think about it.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, right. I didn't think about that before. I could be like because they have that not too far from me at Perry Airport. They have those planes that go around and with those signs that fly over at the beach. Yeah, I could go do that. I could do that. That would be my business. I'd fly over the beach, advertise 2-for-1 drinks at Krabby Joe's.
Or the NCAA, instead of the Goodyear blimp, you fly around real slow with the sign on your side that digitally says things. There's plenty of jobs.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that movie from a few years ago, Meteor Man?
With Robert Townsend, right?
Yeah.
No, I never saw it. I know what you're talking about, but I never saw it.
He's a guy who gets his superpowers from a meteorite, and he gets this nifty purple costume, I think it was.
Yeah, it was. So what was it about? I mean, no one here has seen it. What was it? What was so good about it?
He lives. I don't want to say he lives like in a tenement, but he lives in this African American neighborhood, and there's a meteor that lands, and he gets close to it, and he ends up absorbing the meteor's radiation, and the radiation gives him the superpowers. Like I know he can fly. I don't know if he has. I think he has like super strength. I don't remember if he's got like X-ray vision or heat ray vision, anything like that. And he comes up against a local gang that are dealing drugs in the neighborhood, and he tries to smash the gang, as I recall. But I thought it was a pretty nifty little movie.
Meteor Man.
I don't recall it, to be honest with you. I believe I saw it, but my data bank was blank on that one.
Yeah.
There were a couple back then that really, I don't know. They made movies that make movies.
Yeah, I mean, I do recall. I mean, I remember the movie when it came out, but I just never seen it. Never saw it. But thank you, Jeff. Gave me an idea. So now that's something I have to go back and try to see if I can find it and check it out.
Was it in the early 80s, wasn't it?
Probably the 90s. When did it come out, Jeff?
1993.
Exactly.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Gigi.
I know that because I'm old.
Because the only thing I'm telling you, I remember about it. I remember, I think Brandy sang a song, like one of the songs from it or something about not Meteor Man, nothing like that, but it was some song that was in it, and I remember seeing the music video and it had scenes from it or what have you. So, yeah, well, maybe I'll check it out. Maybe that'll be our homework assignment. We'll watch it.
Well, Robert Townsend, James Earl Jones, Don Cheadle, Eddie Griffin, and Robert, and I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Guy Lemaine, the guy from Benson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were all in it.
Okay, well, maybe we'll check it out. We'll see. Well, this is the last show for the year. I want to thank all of my hosts, Gigi, Mario, and Jeff. Thank you all.
Wait. No end of year questions?
We just did
like last week?
We just did it. Oh, you want some New Year's trivia questions?
Yeah, because I want Jeff to take over pretty soon. That's what Jeff said, wasn't it?
I thought we tied, man, or did I give it to you?
I don't know.
It was a tie. No, it was a two-way tie because we would have been still going now because neither one of you couldn't get the answer. So it was a two-way tie. So you both are the 2024 Sci-Fi Horror and Fantasy Show podcast trivia champions, holiday trivia champion.
Yeah, I still question the integrity of it because there was no questions about. Well, number one, there's no Santa Claus in Cuba. But anything that I can draw from that. Yeah, what was it? What was the fifth line on the 12 Days of Christmas or whatever that was? You know, I don't recall memorizing that song.
I mean, if I ever sing that song, I always have to have the paper, man, because I don't remember who's leaping and how many geese and all that stuff. I don't remember all that stuff.
For next Saturday, make one question. I don't know, but again, like you did last week. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, okay. So we'll do a 2025 trivia. Okay, so it'll be Okay, there we go. So it'll be the 2025 New Year trivia championship or something. So we'll do one at the beginning of each year, and then we do the holiday one at the end of the year. Okay.
And I think it's only fair, and I think Jeff would agree that the questions have to be pre-1970.
Oh, well, Gigi wouldn't be able to answer any of them.
Oh, it's not fair. Hey, did Jeff sign out? I don't see him.
Wow. Okay, birthday boy. Well, we did. So that brings us to the end of this show. Once again, I want to thank all my hosts. Thank you all for tuning in. And
what happened to the music?
You're absolutely right. Here is the music. I'm getting a gift from Mario. I'm going to start putting cue cards in front of me when I'm doing the show now. I keep forgetting stuff. Well, again, we want to say thank you all for listening. Thank you, Jeff, for coming back. We hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. We hope everyone has a very wonderful New Year. Safe and happy New Year. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Gigi. Thank you, Mario. And we will see you all next time.
See you guys next year.
All right, have a good New Year, everybody.
Yeah. Gotta stay sober. Yeah, right.